Yeah, here we go. Let's start it off with something fun though.
Was lit.
Welcome everybody to the Three Alarm Comics out in the open podcast studio here, where we are getting ready for Free Comic Book Day 2021.
Yay!
With me, I have two of our guests, Mr. Brian King.
Yeah.
And
He's
Mr.
not two people.
Brian with a Y.
Childress.
Yay.
We think he beat Childress, but we're not sure.
The B stands for Bubble Scotch.
And then we also have somebody who might join in. He's standing on the side, just being a wimp. Mr. Rafe White from was it God's? What is it?
Godsmack.
God.
No.
Geekzilla. I know some type of Zilla God thing. But we're basically getting ready for Free Comic Book Day. Already we've got a few people. Christopher Hewitt, how's it going, bud? Terry Moore, my cousin. Josh Booth. Claude Parrish says he's been through hell.
Hey, Claude.
Hey.
I've been through high water.
Say hi to my ex while you're there.
So
How y'all
we're getting
doing?
ready. We figure we'll just take a break for a second and let everybody know for Free Comic Book Day tomorrow.
Free Comic Book Day.
Are y'all excited?
I'm so excited.
I just can't hide it.
And I know. I want you to come to the Free Comic Book Day.
I do too.
Claude says his ex is keeping her company. So, we are all good.
Hi-yo.
But yeah, we have plenty of books to give away. A lot of stuff sitting over here behind me, getting ready. We had to close a little bit early today so we could kind of do this, but also get things ready for tomorrow.
Yes.
Amy Tucci just tuned in. No, Amy, we do not ever work. It's when you enjoy what you do, it is never work.
That's right, Amy. How are you doing today?
That's right. Especially when you hide out of view of the cameras, it's never worked.
And I like your last
Right
name.
in the view of the camera.
Tucci is always better than one chi.
Oh, but then I do need the puppet.
Make sure he talks to the camera over there. So
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Amy says, cheers to that. Beer for all. Oh, it will be. But except for Andy. We tried.
It's
But,
probably best I stay sober.
Yeah, he's bad enough sober. If
Yep.
he had a few drinks, he might end up exploding or something. But yeah, here we are. We're just kind of sitting around. Y'all got any questions? Y'all want to chime in? You want to talk to anything? Christopher says we're looking forward to the Shang-Chi movie coming up. I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good.
The master of Kung Fu.
And the 10 rings.
His
Ring
I
to
knew
rule them all.
the actor that's playing him from was it Kim's Diner? And he's a great
I ate
comedian.
there once.
It's delicious, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or but
One ring to rule them all. One ring to guide them.
Claude asked we wear a mask tomorrow. It's not mandatory,
but Andy is often asked to.
We are actually making sure that we're only letting about 20 to 25 people in at a time. So to make sure that we keep distance and everything else like
Yes.
that too. So as people come in, they leave.
I do have a Yeti mascot head that I was wearing earlier.
Anthony Albrecht asked, "Does Andy have any more talking cat stories?" Yeah, he's dead.
I've
Dear
got a
God.
ton of- yeah, the cat's
Dear
dead.
God.
Thank you for bringing that up. It's painful. No, I've got plenty of talking cat stories, and we have a skeptic that will never believe
I
it.
do on our Twitch channel, Neo Realms. We actually debate often whether or not the cat talked. And to be honest, my friends on there often side with Andy, and they
Yes.
believe that the cats do indeed talk.
Well, how well do they know Andy?
That pretty well, actually.
Yeah, that's the sad thing.
Yes, that's true.
I can't even keep up with all the cat stories I've told up here.
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of talking cat stories.
Well, apparently somebody's wanting to hear one.
He did pick up how to cuss from my brother, because my brother would tell him a certain phrase every day whenever he would drive up, and the cat would say hello, and your brother get out and say hello, Seymour, but it wasn't hello.
Well, Josh Booth says most cats can talk. They just don't have any shit to say.
Yeah,
I believe that.
but he couldn't get the F sound out. It came out with an M, so it's muck. And he go, muck you. And the first time he didn't speak to Robbie got out of the truck and the cat was quiet. And he says, good morning, Seymour. And Seymour, muck you. And he said, what do you say? And he repeated it. He come in, your cat's cussing me. And I said, well, where did he learn it from? That's not the point. But he would only say it to Robbie and other cats.
No.
No.
Actually, Christopher Hewitt chimed in. It's like, what's the comic of the week? You want the truth or you want the thing? For me, the comic of the week is the one that sells out.
You can't handle the truth.
For me, it's bubbleworldcomics.com spelled with an X.
Yeah, shameless plug. Or you could go to NeoRealms on Twitch or neorealms.com.
This is true.
And you can check out any of these guys' stuff. Or you can show up tomorrow and you can see them in person.
Comic for days.
Their wares.
Yes.
Firsthand.
And I have 2 free comics on my website, digital download.
I thought everything was free on the website.
It is, but I have a digital download actual book.
So you have a free comic book day book of a free comic book.
So wouldn't
that be every day is free comic book day on your website?
Yes, on my website it is.
That's awesome.
Year round.
Yes, they can get
Come on, Rafe, get on up here. You keep talking.
Come on, Rafe.
You got to get in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring in Mr. Rafe White. Some of you may know him from Geekzilla or from
Keep
Southern
It On,
Geek,
Keep It On.
The legend behind Southern Geek.
Now Rafe is wearing an Autobot shirt, and today, as luck would have it, I showed the original Transformers movie to my students. The 80s one, which in my humble opinion is the best movie ever made about the Transformers.
For sure on that one.
Yeah. Now I will say that Bumblebee did a really good job bringing back first gen designs.
For sure.
And actually, it's kind of fun too because we kind of know the voice of Bumblebee.
I know. How cool is that?
So Mark Ryan, he's the voice of Bumblebee. He's also on Black Sails and Robin of Sherwood, and tons of other different things. But yes, he is the voice of Bumblebee.
Well,
that's awesome.
Isn't they're having a fandom event? The theaters are with the 35th release of the Transformers movie on.
I'm there.
I mean, it's a Sunday and a Tuesday. I think they do all the fandom. We're going to try to do that. They haven't really updated it yet since all this stuff going around, though.
Yeah,
can go back around. So that'll be interesting for sure.
Apparently, you've been complaining to a lot of people, Rafe. Claude just tuned in and said, "Give Rafe a chair. He's been in traffic hell."
Yeah, man.
You got to pick up your microphone and talk in here.
Who have you not told about your traffic?
Yeah, well, I was sitting there for like an hour in one spot.
Then he realized he could hit the gas and go.
There were some people that came to that kept going around, and then they kept trying to get back into traffic, and we were like,
"No,
this guy needs in." Oh, hell no.
Not happening.
All right, somebody's asking, who is your favorite Transformers character? I'll start around the table. Brian?
Grimlock.
Megatron.
I'm not really sure because I didn't watch it as much. So I'm going to say Mark Hamill.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to have to go with Jokey Smurf.
Yeah, there we go.
That he could transform from one to the other. Grumpy Smurf, Jokey Smurf. I think there were two sides of the same coin. That's why he'll always be a transformer.
You never saw him in the same.
Well, Brian, what did you think of it? Did you watch the Beast Wars Kingdom?
I did, and I personally loved it. I know a lot of people did not. They're like, well, they got the voices wrong, some of the personality wrong. I don't care. We, as geeks, we have been. This is like the golden age for geeks, and we take it for granted. If this had come out back in the day, we would have lost our minds over movies we're poo-pooing on. We would have lost our minds at how cool they look.
Exactly.
We've almost become our own toxic fan.
We really have. Stephen King said it best. They said, well, Stephen, how do you feel when the movies ruin your books? He says, my books are still on the shelf. They haven't ruined a single one. You can still read the original source material. So I personally loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I think they could have got a couple better voice actors because
I mean they could, but
because Optimus it took him like 10 minutes to get out 3 words.
Right.
Autobots roll out.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to agree with Anthony. I think he's right. Megan Fox might be my favorite Transformer character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She transformed from a waitress to an actress.
And back again.
Well, speaking of, she's dating what, Machine Gun Kelly or some crap like that. So,
Okay.
Yeah, she probably is a waitress again. But, well, speaking of which, what y'all think about the new He-Man?
Ooh,
Fantastic.
yes.
Go with it.
I love
And
the mess out of
freaking
that.
tastic.
And
Yes.
to me, as like I said, the little kid in me, I know there's a lot of craziness going on the line about it, but one thing I loved about it is we finally got to see the one thing we always wanted to see during the original series. Skeletor wins.
Yeah.
He gets the sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm damn it.
Spoilers.
I won't spoil it even further. And he probably stabs that whiny ass freaking what's his name? Prince
Adam.
Prince
stabs
Adam.
that whiny ass little guy. So yeah, we're good.
Well, what do you expect would happen when you split the atom?
Uh,
I know, right?
What did you think about? I mean, we had all the toxic stuff, but was Man at Arms kicking some ass or what?
He was amazing.
awesome.
Yeah.
They gave him some heart, some feeling. He's
Mhm.
a father.
Mhm.
He got some emotion with him.
I liked everything about that.
I mean, I know the big thing was it was a Tila movie, but you know what? Actually, it was a freaking fantastic TV show.
It was
period.
great.
It wasn't from
Regardless-
her.
But it
point of
wasn't.
view.
But my big thing was it wasn't called He-Man.
No,
Yeah.
It was called Masters of the Universe. So
That's
to
right.
Me, they dealt
Yeah.
with all the other characters. And let's be honest.
Exactly.
Come on, I loved the thing growing up, but go back and try to watch it now.
you can't.
Really.
My thing is for the people who don't like it because it wasn't enough like it, then
Don't
just
watch it.
just go watch the reruns.
Well, here's the
They're
thing:
exactly
if you
like
grew up reading the comics more than watching the cartoon, you were right there. You were all in
Yeah.
because it had the same kind of feel, the same vibe. Because the comics were way darker.
And to me, the voice actors they had were freaking phenomenal.
Mark Hamill, I watch
Oh,
anything
yeah.
he's
You
in.
could tell
Yes.
right off the bat. As soon as
Yeah.
he started laughing, he was like, oh. Because I actually made the choice of not watching any of the prequel stuff. And I didn't know who was who. I didn't even watch the opening credits when I went through. I skipped by it. I didn't want to know who was who. And
Yeah.
Actually, the only one that stumped me, which
Rollins.
surprises me, was
I didn't catch
actually,
Rollins.
I caught Seth Rollins because I've listened to a lot of his stuff before.
I have too. I'm
What
I'm
was,
disappointed in myself.
Was Sarah Michelle Gellar. I didn't hear
Yeah.
it until I watched the after.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, holy crap, that was her. That was Buffy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, who would have thought we'd had a He-Man that Orko kicked some ass on?
Orko was
Exactly.
awesome.
yes. I like
Yep.
they did the Orko right.
But yeah, I love the entire thing, and we were actually lucky enough to. So we were working with the Secret Stash that they ended up sending us a lot of the Revelations comics.
Nice.
Signed by Kevin,
Nice.
Ooh.
which will be so we'll have some available tomorrow if anybody's stopping by.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Or for rape, if you want, there's actually some right back there. So.
I'll see
Yeah.
to it on my way out.
I'll have to grab
Do you
one.
have just out of the blue, do you have the Back to the Future Transformers?
We've been selling out.
That's what I thought. That's
And supposedly they're supposed to be coming out with a new series that just got solicited for, where I forget what the name of it is, what the title, but it's a flip flop. So the Decepticons are the good guys and the Autobots are the bad guys. Is a new comic series that's coming out, just being solicited for.
I was just telling her on the way up here. Remind me to ask him, does he have any back issues of that? Because I hadn't been able to find them.
I mean, they've done everything. My Little Pony Transformers.
Yeah, I've got the Optimus.
My favorite was the G.I. Joe crossover with Transformers.
Yeah.
That was
I never got
amazing.
a chance to do.
Because the Decepticons were ripping through Joe's. The only Joe that beat a Decepticon was Snake Eyes.
I was gonna start.
It
drawing
went
my
up
little
against
nightmares.
Ravage.
If we can
Oh,
only
yeah.
see that
Instead
more
of my
often.
little
It would be awesome. I think we'll see that. We'll see a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover live action one day. It will happen.
Oh, let me go at the door. Somebody's door up here.
And we can talk about Scott in front of his back.
A good crossover also was the He-Man Thundercats book. That graphic
I didn't see that one.
Oh,
I would
fantastic.
I would love to see that.
It's like they basically had like tons of mutants, like 100 mutants coming in on Lion-O, and he looked over at Cringer, Battle Cat when he's not
Yeah.
Battle Cat, and all of a sudden you see the sword going off, and he powered up Cringer with the Sword of Omens, and he was like this hulking monster, like King Kong sized beast that ripped through them.
What's up?
Hey,
Well,
Rachel!
ladies and gentlemen,
How you doing?
Yay! One of my favorite people. Hey, Rachel. Hey, how you doing? Hey, buddy.
But yeah, Anthony said sounds like mirror universe for Transformers. Yeah, mirror Transformers.
Yep.
So, don't know exactly what it's going to be, but
They'll have mustaches.
Goatees.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's something. I know everybody's seen Suicide Squad. What do you think?
I haven't actually.
No,
We're
Trey
watching it
has
tonight.
not, Brian has not.
Okay.
So
when
Off.
Batman shows up in it,
Darth Vader's his father.
I like the. It was good. I'm no spoilers, but I like King Shark a lot. But I think they having Sly do his voice made him sound a little dumber than he usually is. So, I mean,
it is what it is, but
the shark disguise.
yeah.
Disguise.
Yeah,
Now-
they actually did a good job with it.
He was great in the Harley Quinn cartoon.
Yeah,
was hilarious.
It's
It's so good.
I love
like
the
I said,
Harley
it's not,
Quinn.
definitely not one for the kids.
No.
No,
But,
No.
So if you have somebody,
I will
18 and
rewatch
under,
it.
just be careful what you're having there.
Yeah.
Or what you're watching. But yeah, I'd definitely give that a shot. I mean, a lot of these cartoons that are coming out are so much better. Like I said, I go back and try to watch a lot of these things, and they just don't. They don't have the excitement that they did when I was a kid.
No.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, this new stuff coming up, they're well thought out. They're well done. They actually do things that, and I understand people will say, "Oh, you got to stay true to it." You know, the childlike quality of it. Well, problem is the childlike quality doesn't appeal to the new generation of kids,
No.
and the rest
They
of
don't
us
have a childlike
Yeah, the rest of
quality.
us-
They had
growing
the
up.
internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They didn't have to have the talks with their father to learn things. They're like, what do you want to know, Dad?
Josh Booth just came in. He's like, we've seen the MODOK show. Yes,
I've seen
that
the
is
I
one
saw
or
the
two.
first episode.
I've seen a
Oswalt,
few
seen-
episodes.
Yeah.
I love it.
dude. The way it ends, the end of the season. Oh man, Patton Oswalt is fantastic. He was born to play, much like Ryan Reynolds was born to play Deadpool. He was born.
I want to
play
see
MODOK.
Patton Oswalt as Cobblepot. I want to see him as the Penguin.
Well, he kind of did
Oh yeah.
in the Pete Holmes version where they call it Badman instead of Batman.
Yeah.
He played the Penguin in it.
Really?
Oh, wait a minute.
I haven't seen that.
Who did that? Who was doing the Penguin in Batman Doesn't Kill?
That's the Badman stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Okay.
it. Yeah. 'cause
So actually, what they if nobody's watched it, the Pete Holmes, but
it's
he
hilarious.
plays Batman, but he ends up
I'll show it to you
doing the
tonight.
entire.
Okay.
Actually, we'll bring it up. So basically, that's just one scene.
Oh,
They
okay.
actually do the entire run of the movie in about 30 minutes in these little clips, and honestly, it's better than the original Batman movie because Christopher Nolan sucks. But
I'm glad somebody agrees on that.
honestly, there's a lot of people hate me for it, but I'm telling you right now, Christopher Nolan to me was the worst thing to ever happen to Batman. If he happened to, if I could go back in time and either get rid of Hitler or him, it'd be a hard choice.
They said if he had got hold of the Avengers, his grounded stuff, if Thor would be a blacksmith from Oklahoma, and
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all for trying to. I mean, I realized it was his vision, but unfortunately, he's blind.
It's definitely not my favorite Batman, but I enjoyed him.
I mean, how can you go wrong with bat nipples? I mean, come on.
That's the only Batman movie I walked out on.
Josh, believe me, I don't think Christopher Nolan is going to be watching this. If he is, you suck. All right, we're going to grab another drink.
Yeah,
Now,
the-
no spoilers, but I will say this about Suicide Squad. Started out, I liked it. I just didn't see all the hype. But as I got deeper and deeper further into it, I was like, yeah, I understand the hype.
okay.
It just got better and better as you went.
The farther I get into it, the farther I realize that James Gunn is going to bring in everybody he's worked with in every movie into one. I mean, every movie he does, he's gonna, even if that person doesn't last. For
So
30
what? So
seconds.
like Kaufman's in it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lloyd's in.
Lloyd's awesome.
Yeah, he actually wished her happy birthday. Like went out of his
That's
way.
awesome.
Like when he was on the coast, I ain't gonna say where he was at because sometimes not popular. But
Are you fearing it?
yeah, it's kinda weird. But he just sat there and talked on the You know how he is. He
Yeah.
talked and he talked to the
Yeah.
to the camera, and I had to edit it down to
That's
just where he
awesome.
was saying "Happy Birthday."
Yeah.
And he
That's that same event. I shot the bull with him for a long time, and we just talked horror movies. He knows them inside and out.
it's very friendly. It knows everywhere. I mean, you wouldn't think he would know anything about Laurel. Oh yeah, that's a great historical area. And
Well, I'll be.
I've-
Laurel has an amazing art museum. It
That's
blew
what-
my mind.
apparently he had been there because he told me all about
Yeah.
it. And I've been there before.
I
but
don't know if I've been to.
We need
Laurel's.
to go. Well, I'll go
we
with
do
you.
if
It's yeah, because I grew up. We used to duff hunt in Laurel. That's what we went there for.
right next to Laurel is a little town called
Ellis.
Mize,
There's
M-I-Z.
Mize and there's Ellisville.
Mize has a library that would take up less than a quarter of this shop,
Mm-hmm.
but they have a one of those mini library things outside, so when they're not open, but they built it as a TARDIS.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's what I was just
Yes.
fixing to say.
That's cool.
I was waiting for somebody to vandalize out. Is it still there?
I haven't been by there
It's
in,
been a
in
while
a
since
few
it-
years, but I hope not. But that's some. If someone does vandalize it, please, if you don't vandalize it, but if you do, just write Bad Wolf across it.
Yeah.
That would be the perfect vandalizing.
Somebody had one in New Orleans, a little one it didn't last very long.
Really?
Yeah, it was up for a little while because the crew to who were like, this is pretty cool. Somebody would set it up and it's gone after a couple of weeks.
Are you sure it wasn't the real TARDIS and it just dematerialized?
Doctor gets to
Anything's
New Orleans.
possible. They
Yeah.
definitely need a New Orleans episode.
Yes.
So did they just release that Homeboy's coming back? Eccleston?
I do not know.
Wait. Did they?
Yes.
I'm behind.
How do you not know that? And I do.
Well, didn't he do an audiobook too?
Well,
Yeah,
I
a
knew
while
he was
back.
coming.
Yes.
Well, see, I knew he was coming back for audio
That's what I was saying.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what they were talking about.
because I've seen that, but that's been old news.
Okay. Well,
what I was
something
wondering.
recent said he's circling back around. I didn't read the article.
Now
but-
they recast Capaldi, who was about to do an audio book.
okay.
They recast him and getting somebody, I guess, to do Capaldi's
So
character
let's-
because of the comments he made about Doctor Who and how well the Suicide Squad movie was.
Well,
run.
let's talk about who would be the perfect replacement. Have you
Moss from
IT crowd?
Yeah.
That's who I want. I've been praying for that.
For a few generations now.
Yeah.
I want Moss. I don't know the actor's name, but IT crowd, British.
It's a weird name. His last name is
He
I'll
would
think of
make
it
a
when I'm not trying
perfect
to.
doctor.
He would definitely have to have a lot of energy to get back into the whole Doctor Who. That's all I'll say.
Have you watched the IT crowd though?
I've heard of it and I've
Man,
seen it
I've
advertised.
watched it 3 times, 4 times over, easy. It's some of the best comedy.
Have you finished the Timeless
No,
Child?
no, actually,
Don't give away any spoilers, but I totally enjoyed
Yeah,
that season.
I'm pretty far into it, and
Yeah.
it has been pretty good.
Sorry, guys, I had to step away for a second.
It's all right.
Well,
We got a few people commented in. Anthony said he's not crazy about the new style cartoon animation of Mickey Mouse or DuckTales.
DuckTales was great,
Yeah,
Anthony.
I haven't watched
We
it.
will have to discuss
Now,
that
if it's
tomorrow.
the Mickey Mouse on the Disney thing
It's
with the little
good.
shorts, I love those.
It is good, Anthony and I.
It's along the same lines as Yogi, only
You
better.
got to remember, Anthony's as old as dirt. So
Hey, boo boo.
to him, modern animation.
We're
is
gonna
like,
do
he
doctoring
gets to
things with
yeah,
the doctor.
sorry.
But
thing.
the Mickey Mouse stuff is kind of a callback to the old stuff.
Yeah, it is. That's what I loved about it. And they've got adult humor in it that they slipped in. Like
So does DuckTales.
they actually in one of those shorts do the thing between Pluto and Goofy because Goofy wound up having Pluto in an accident.
And no, Ross, I'm
And-
not going to tell Brian to check his phone. We're busy podcasting. You can see it on here.
Yeah, but
If
and
you have a
Pluto,
question, ask it on here, and I'll
Pluto
answer.
had a collar and cast and couldn't do the dog show, stunts. Where am I going to find a dog? And they were showing Pluto doing scratching his ear, Goofy scratching his ear, Pluto doing something, Goofy, and they went back and forth like 4 or 5 times. Pluto did something, and this time instead of Goofy actually doing the same thing. He was dragging his butt across the carpet. And it was hilarious.
You're just upset because you want to do it.
Tell Ross to make friends with one of his neighbors.
You just told him just now.
A lot of people don't like the Teen Titans. I mean, because it's that kiddie animation, but that's been a gateway for my grandkids to. They can tell you exactly who everybody is. They can tell you who the superhero girls is.
I'm glad it's out because it's good for kids, but it definitely isn't for me. But that's okay. That's okay.
That's fine. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't tear it down for the people who do.
I can't stand Teen Titans.
I mean, I still put reruns of Super Friends.
Why are you still watching it?
Yeah.
But of course, now it's more just background noise, but I still love the animation on it.
Yeah.
But that new Yogi Bear I was telling you about, I showed him the trailer of Jellystone. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Did you know it was out?
Nope.
It's not the park. It's a town named Jellystone. It's got almost every Hanna-Barbera character living there.
That's funny.
Jabberjaws, Captain Caveman.
Kabong.
And
El Kabong, yeah.
what? Yeah, he was in an episode, and one episode I watched, it had Johnny Quest and Haji running a bowling alley. But it has been great. It's just silly fun.
Space Ghost in there?
Not yet.
They got to save that.
Or is that still under Cartoon Network?
I don't know. Cartoon Network bought a Birdman and that, and quite a few of them.
I put it this way: they had a book club, and the book was some like.
The real question is Thundar in it.
Yeah.
I have not seen that, but
I would love to see actually a live action film.
Hell yeah.
In the book club,
yeah.
It was like a romantic novel of Bedrock.
Everybody talks multiverse nowadays. Hanna-Barbera was the multiverse.
Yeah.
The wacky races and all that stuff.
That was so phenomenal.
Yogi Bear woke up from we got whacked on the head. I was having a dream like we was in spaceships running a wacky race.
I think my favorite was still Muttley. I love Muttley. Yeah, laugh.
They had a Scooby Doo that was, and Scott Hines. It was the one that Scott.
Oh yeah.
He did that voice where there was a certain. I can't remember. This was like 3 or 4 years ago, and they had that major team up of all the kids mystery stuff. All
Mystery
together.
Incorporated.
Yeah, they had all the ripoff people on their team. Like the Clue Club and all that. They were all in one show, and they had Captain Caveman riding on Jabberjaw's back, attacking the thing. And I was like, "This is what we need."
Oh, you're talking about on DC books.
Yeah, this was on the actual animated. I actually had to pause the picture and take a picture with my phone. I know I got it somewhere.
Oh, banana splits have shown up in Jellystone.
You're already on camera. You can join in.
Ty, don't talk.
Trepidation.
But so, what are y'all looking forward to tomorrow? I mean, Andy, we let people know what you have. You're selling what you have going.
I put out humor comics every day, 5 days a week, and then
he puts out comics.
I put out comics. Some of them are humorous, and then I do the Sunday funnies online also at funnypapers.weebly.com, bubbleworldcomics.com, and I've got 290 original pieces of comic strip art that will be on my table for $3 a piece until they're gone. And this is a original comic that you can only get that deal at 3 Alarm Comics on Free Comic Book Day. And I have other stuff. I did some block print of the alien that on the shirt that you're not wearing yet.
You'll see it tomorrow.
Yeah, you see it tomorrow. But I did a block print of the alien, but I actually did them as block print on paper, antique style paper, and then some other stuff. And then I'll be drawing while I'm there because I had like 3 days to prepare for this show.
Me too.
I know.
There you go.
Brian, what all are you bringing?
Well, I'll bring my old comic books, but I've been doing video games lately and 3D printing. So we'll bring in some custom minis, and we'll show the games that we're going to be coming out with, some of our role playing stuff, and show off some of our board games that have been doing quite well lately. We actually made the top 1 1.7% for Game Crafters with
wow.
one of our games. They gave us a cool little award,
Yay.
so that was fun.
And he's bringing Monica.
It was that big. It's like a little badge. We're doing that, and then we're just gonna have a good time. I'm gonna talk about some educational games, but you have to be a 6th grader to play those because the schools buy them as a big package. So,
Yeah.
but we'll be showing off art from all of that, and my wife's going to be here with her perler art, and she made 1 billion buttons to sell. If you're into fandom, she has something for you. It's a great amount. For the last week, all I can hear is that press in my head constantly going.
So in other words, you can't sleep at night. Like
That's right. Chonk. It hasn't been this bad since I lived next to a train track.
She got tired and just put a tennis shoe in the dryer so he could go to
That's
sleep.
probably it. Yeah. So it's going to be a good day. And mainly I'm looking forward to seeing everybody, all my friends, because I'm a social animal and I've been pent up for the last 2 years.
This is what I tell people from where I'm at. This is my nerd family reunion.
Absolutely.
To me, this is as crazy as it seems to get. This is how I relax.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's crazy. It's a lot of hectic stuff going on, but quite honestly, like I said, we don't get a chance to spend this time.
Right.
I see Brian a lot, but I don't see Andy. I don't see Rafe. We talk all the time, but we don't get a chance to actually hang out and enjoy ourselves.
And it's been over 1.5 years to 2 years since I've come because of COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have married her.
But the mask did help.
Yeah.
Well, Rafe, what are you bringing tomorrow?
I'm just bringing a bunch of my random resin art I've been doing. I'll get interested in one thing for me. Mainly stuff just to cover Andy's stuff off, so someone will be at the table with him.
Yeah.
I'll see something online, and I'll be like, I bet I can make that.
Yeah.
So and then make it for about 2 weeks, and then lose interest and do something else.
So basically, you get to come and buy all the Rafe shit he doesn't care about anymore.
Yeah.
No, Rafe, you did that.
No, you did some fantastic
Yeah,
stuff.
you did. It's been neat seeing
What's
it.
this guy right here?
Oh, I will have a acrylic painting of a character from my Docs novel. About so big for people who are on the audio.
Oh, by the way, you were showing off.
Yeah,
you were showing off the Kirby books the other day, and I knew they were big, but I did not know they were that freaking big.
Yeah, big ass head.
That was Devil Dinosaur, man.
Oh, but
thank you. I just told Andy I said I read
know.
Devil Dinosaur more than any of the classics. I read that one.
Oh, but the acrylic painting I'm giving away to somebody from. I'm basically going to be taking. Oh Lord! Email signers, people that sign up to my email list. Somebody at the end of the day will win.
Devil Dinosaur.
Oh, well,
go
cool.
hit your dollar bins and quarter bins and get all the Devil Dinosaur you can, because
they're not in the quarter bins or dollar bins anymore.
Are they not?
This is in the quarter bin.
Because I tell you, I have a ton of those.
No,
wait, is this in the quarter bin? Because I'll get one.
Yeah. Well, it's in the quarter.
So the Devil Dinosaurs are actually going up in price.
Yeah,
now?
there we go.
That's crazy.
I looked at the Kirby classic background character making an
Yeah.
upset face.
But yeah, I think you're all right. I think I was lucky enough to go to Pensacon this year, and we were able to. Which Pensacon will also be here tomorrow.
This was
the people running Pensacon.
That's great.
But a lot of the stuff, like I said, that's what everybody else. We love doing this for people to come and have a good time, enjoy the local talent, other talent that we bring in, like Mr. Mike Grell, Mr. Brett Peoples. But quite honestly, I look forward. This is going to sound awful, but I look forward to it to end so we can all kind of hang out and then just chill out and talk and catch up from what we haven't been able to do so for a while. I mean, other than it's me and Brian, but all the rest.
But even that, we've been trying. We still haven't gotten to do a lot of the stuff we want to do. Like we're going to go fishing eventually.
I know
it's going to be great fun.
Well, I said I was supposed to go fishing.
Okay,
I was supposed to go fishing with them about 2 months back. And then the day we were supposed to go, in walks this monster collection,
which was amazing, by the way.
And I was like, I
amazing.
honestly, like I said, I've already begged his forgiveness. I completely forgot all
No,
about it.
no. That's all right. We're gonna do it though. We're definitely gonna do it.
You know, Jeremy, I was talking with Jeremy the other day, and him and his son was in the wild was fishing, and I said, "Did you guys catch anything?" And he was like, "Hell no, but we had fun."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, let's all of us when it cools off, maybe a little bit."
Right now, reds and flounders and crabs are good right now.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I don't know if it's still the hot spot it was. Me and Brian used to go out this one little place.
Yeah.
And we would pull in white trout.
Yeah.
Like we could fill up the boat and nothing flat.
And it is not, unfortunately, the reef. Something happened to the reef,
Oh,
so we're still looking for the new sweet
But
spot.
I have to tell you right now, I am a little scared to go out if Monica goes with us.
Oh yeah,
because the last time we went fishing, of course, we're fishing for us that when the sharks show up, you kind of have to move. Well,
yeah.
Monica was trying to catch this shark.
Yep.
And a little sand shark, and I just like, here, no, this is how you do it. And I dipped my bait in the water. That sucker took it.
Immediately caught it. She was so mad. At that point, I knew we were not leaving till she caught a shark.
Well, no, I very gently just took my pole and just gave it to her. The look on her face was, you're about to swim with
yeah.
We just reloaded a bunch of our deep. You know, when Dad passed, all his fish. I didn't realize how many. We got like 40 fishing rods now and deep sea rods. So I reloaded all of them with heavy up braid. So that's mainly what I've been wanting to go out and get sharks, because we used to have freezers full of shark meat. I love sharks.
Oh, dude, blackfin is actually really good. People throw them away as like trash fish. I'm like, no, blackfin is really good. You cook them right. You throw them on a grill.
You got a shark steak.
Oh, right. Incredible.
When we went out to Fort Pickens, I mean, we're used to the brown water around here, but we went out there fishing, and you could see all kind of stuff swimming around.
Wow.
You know, that pretty green. Well, Pensacola anyway. But I mean, you could look under the water and see stuff immediately running away. Like you're like, what is this? I got to catch the
creature from the Black Lagoon.
Same thing. You go out past the Barrier Islands, you go south of those. Dude, I'm telling you, we've been out there during the Jubilee before. Oh my God! You want to catch some fish?
We used to go out to Chandelier, and that's where we would catch sharks, and that was, but it's quite a trip.
We used to go up to Horn Island, I think is when we caught them. When I was little, when me and my granddaddy and my dad went, and I had a little bitty Zebco like 606 or something, and
that's a heck of a fight. That's a heck of a fight.
It was a fight. They wouldn't be no bigger than I was, but it was still. You know, back in the day, you know, nowadays if you catch something really good, you better not put it up on Facebook. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. I think we need to go out and bring those cast nets and go mullet fishing again.
Yep, I agree.
The last time we did it, we went out to one of the little piers, and I'll tell you right now, we got into a school.
Monica and Krista could not fill up the cooler as fast as we were pulling them up.
Yeah, they had 5-gallon buckets that they were grabbing the mullet, taking it back down the pier to the cooler.
And we each had a net going.
We were pulling in more fish than they could put in the buckets. And it wasn't a long pier.
We were maybe there 20 minutes and filled up a huge ice chest.
Mullet is really good.
Yeah.
Mullet. I mean, a lot of people like bait fish and everything.
No, I fry them.
Oh, yeah. But
they're better.
You can't freeze them.
No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That we were out fishing, this was a little while back, out at the park. At the lighthouse, and they were two guys out there, and they had a school, and they were doing the same thing, just breaking them in.
Mullet's good. I think what we did doing, we probably spent an hour catching.
I don't even think it was that.
No. And then probably about 3 to 4 hours cleaning.
Yeah, I got rid of my mullet this week.
That's funny.
You should have made a puppet out of that.
I know, it's bigger than some dogs I've had. Technically, it wasn't a mullet. It's just a year's growth of hair.
Was that all over? Or just
all over.
Oh, okay.
It was all over. Yeah.
I started to get a haircut before I come up here, but my barber.
After that, I decided to get the top hair.
Well, what people don't know is during the pandemic, he actually braided his back hair.
Yeah. They call me a Bubba Squatch.
He carries his own sweater with him.
What happened to that? When we used to turn in here, you know, you have those statues at the fireworks thing down there. I guess they sold the big Sasquatch they had up there.
I thought that was further down.
No, it was right up here.
Yeah, he was right out in front because Mike took a picture with him walking in front. It was like, I got to looking. There's one. There's another shop on over by Camp Shelby that has one of them that's bolted down.
Don't tell Andy. He's gonna steal it on the way home.
Oh, yeah,
No, it won't fit in Trey's car.
yeah,
got a
that
fifth
sucker
door?
is heavy.
Oh,
Every time we pass by there, the girls have to say, "I want to take a picture with Bigfoot."
I just did a comic with Bigfoot walking to thumbs up, going, "Bigfoot believes in you." it's
That's good.
gonna be a shirt. Not even gonna have the picture because people apparently just like text.
I think you ought to make it pants like the sweatpants, so you'll have the juicy on the back, but you have that squatchy.
Squatchy. Squatchy.
You're getting Rick and Morty with Squatchy.
And Bigfoot used to date Nessie. I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Rick and Morty, I tell you, it's popular. As my art students draw them all the time.
That's one thing I could never get into. I've tried.
You really? I
I've
like
never
it.
been
I
able to
like
do it.
it.
I like it, but I haven't watched a lot of it.
I've sat there and when I started, everybody kept, you got to watch Rick and Morty. You got to. Then I finally binge watched it, and I really like it. I mean,
Yeah.
because it's so dark.
Yeah.
I think the only one I've really watched where I actually just sat down and watched the whole thing was, which I only think was an actual episode, was where they took the transcripts from a court case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was absolutely hilarious. I'm not
Mhm.
going to lie, but it wasn't because of their writing. It was actually the actual transcripts from the court case, and you can't write stuff like that.
Well, you know a lot of the Loki writers were Rick and Morty writers now because what's his name that came up with that created Rick and Morty. He's fussing because Marvel's stealing all his writers.
That's
I think
funny.
they helped out for
Probably because they're paying better.
Yeah.
Love and Thunder and all that, and you can tell because he said, "Yeah, I get to have." He kind of spoiled it a little bit ahead of time because he's like, "I get to have my own citadel of Lokis, kind of like the Citadel of Rick's." There's a whole citadel of them trying to kill him, pretty much.
Well, like I said, I mean, stuff like that, I can't say that they stole anything. They just paid them better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have left.
I wonder if the Rickmobile still go around. I remember we talked about it before when it was coming here, and I asked you, was it coming by? And it was, I think it was out of the way or something. But,
Yeah, actually, I got a hold of them. They were wanting to come back through. I'm like, it just wasn't worth it. I mean, for what they had to offer, it didn't do much for us as a shop because they, like I said, there was no incentive for you to get them there other than just to have them park in the parking lot and sell their own stuff.
yeah.
Mhm.
It didn't benefit us as a shop in any way because it didn't even encourage people to come inside.
Right.
It was just people to show up to go to the bus. So for me, it just was not worth the effort to do so. As opposed to having, like, so we had back in January, we had Jason David Frank here, and that was phenomenal. I'll tell you right now, I'll give him props. He actually went out of his way to make sure people spent money in the shop. People actually came inside the shop. People knew he promoted. I mean, that man's a promotion machine.
Well, we went to Huntsville. He came in and started signing, just walking around signing merchandise, just randomly signing it. And I mean, some of the merchandise.
Yeah. When I do that, I get kicked out.
Yeah.
You have to sign your own merchandise.
Nobody said that.
Oh.
Well, it's like still to this day, one of the shows we went to.
I was signing as Stan Lee.
From Alex Savian.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to do Alex, ate breakfast with him. Well, he shows up at our booth the next morning, just starts going through our back issue bins, pulling out books that he had done, signing them, then slipping them back in the bag and board. So probably to this day, if you go through and you find one of the books that he's done, I guarantee you there's still probably a bunch in here that are autographed by him that are still the same price regardless. Because,
Nice.
it didn't cost me anything, and he was just having fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, just to kind of go over, so I have to look over here so I can read. So, free comic book day tomorrow. We have, and guest-wise, we have Mr. Rafe White here with Geekzilla. We have Andy Childress with BubbleWorldComics.com. We have Brian King with NeoEarth.com. We also have Mike Grell, if you're a fan of
The
TV
Holy
show.
Grail.
Warlord, Green Arrow.
I
Green
love
Lantern.
Warlord.
I do too. That's
We
my
have
favorite.
Mr. John Dell. John's actually working currently, I think, on Amazing Spider-Man, but you name a Marvel or DC or Dark Horse or Image book or pretty much any book, John's either working on it now or he's worked on it in the past. Mr. Brent Peoples, who has done the Exo Man of War, the new
He's good
Superman,
peoples.
the new DC. The one and only, the legendary Mitch Bird.
The man,
We have Mr. Brian LeBlanc coming down.
Brian.
We have Brian King's wonderful wife, Monica, here. I have to say wonderful because if not, she'll kill me. She is wonderful, though.
She is.
Then we also have Miss Rachel Wallace, who was here a little bit earlier.
Rachel.
She's going to be selling a lot of her sewed geeky goodness. We have John, I'll let you pronounce it.
Labata.
Yeah, that guy. With one foot in the grave.
It's French.
We are going to have Mr. Jason London from Dazed and Confused and quite a few other things. Mr. Corin Nimick. A lot of people know him as Parker Lewis on Parker Lewis Can't Lose, or
Stargate
SG-1, or Stephen King's The Stand. So y'all come on down. Y'all come see us. Come enjoy the show. Come get some free comic books. Come have fun.
Yeah.
Be safe. Be good. Be good to each other. Y'all have a good night.
Yay.